everybody. I'm Sandy Gardner, and I am sitting here with Gary Oldman. Very exciting for our fans. Gary, you're not unfamiliar with working in video games, but this one was full performance capture. So how has this experience been for you?
Well, it's total. The work I've done before has been voice work. So you come in and lay down a vocal track, and this is completely different because we wear the cameras and the headgear, so it captures the performance, and all those other many cameras and gizmos capture the physicality. It's more like being in a film as an actor rather than the other games I've done. It's a bit like radio. You know, you go in and lay down a voice for the character. Right.
And how did the suit and the headset, was that all okay for you, or?
The technology has come on, I mean, leaps and bounds. Maybe not quite 10 years ago, I was in A Christmas Carol, and the Bob Zemeckis film with Jim Carrey, and it was the same deal. You know, it was performance capture, but it was cruder. So what you can now do with these games is remarkable. And then I think what Chris wants to do, our director, creator, is again sort of pushing the envelope on it.
Do you have any funny anecdotes from the set, from your shoot?
I play a character. I play the admiral of the Krugeri ship, sort of like a destroyer, big battleship in the fleet. And I found it hard to say Admiral Bishop. See, I can't do it. I could say, you know, Admiral Susan, Admiral Doug, Admiral Gary, Admiral Bishop. I can't say it.
So what happened on set then?
I just ended up saying Bishop. I'll fix it later. I'll fix it in the edit. But I couldn't even say my own name. There you are.
Attention, fleet. This is Admiral Sorry, I'm not used to acting. Attention, fleet. This is Admiral Attention, fleet. This is Bishop. You are ordered to immediately withdraw.
It's been nice also to reconnect with Mark Strong, who's in it. So the last time that we were working together was Tinker Tailor. We were wearing, you know, tweed and smelling of Brill cream and you know, stale cigarettes. So it was quite nice to sort of hook up with him again. Hundreds of years into the future. Yeah.
In motion capture suits.
In motion capture suits, yeah.
What was the inspiration for the portrayal of Admiral Bishop?
Admiral Bishop.
Admirable Bishop.
Well, Chris had an idea of him. Well, more than an idea of him, really. He is a sort of great leader, soldier, tactician, in the sort of the vein of someone like General Patton and, like, you know, Montgomery or Alexander the Great. So that's, I think, the sort of the base for it. And then you make it your own. You can look to either characters in history, even sometimes you can actually look to other actors. You can have, it's like a sort of what I call a springboard. It's a point of inspiration, but it doesn't mean that you do an impersonation or that you copy. Mm-hmm. You can get the spirit or the flavour of what you're looking for somewhere else.
Right. I heard that you were just rehearsing and like everybody stopped And everybody's jaw just dropped and went,
Yeah, I was just sounding it out.
right.
Yeah.
But
Well, the thing that I think, people forget or don't realise is that you have to kind of, when you rehearse a play, you have 6 weeks, let's say,
right.
sometimes longer, sometimes shorter, but you'll have at least a month, at least 4 weeks, if not 5 or 6 weeks. And that's when you're in a room finding the character, the dynamics, in a scene, you're finding your own character, you're working out the relationships, or at least, no, the relationships are there, but you're digging and understanding and getting to grips with these people that you're portraying. In film, you don't have that luxury.
Right.
So a lot of it, you have to kind of just do at home.
Yeah.
You just do it in your kitchen or your bedroom or wherever
Right.
It's kitchen acting, I call it. So you kind of like work on something. And then when you get to a space, like over here at the Imaginarium, then you want to kind of like open it up. So I was just opening up my shoulders.
Right. Well, Chris mentioned that I guess there was some line where you're asking if anybody would like to leave. And I guess it was so powerful that a couple of the actors were like leaving. And then Chris was like, no, you're actually not supposed to leave. Okay. So.
Or abandoning ship.
Yeah.
Yes, if any of you wish to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
But it's all new stuff. I mean, we're doing things. I've got a vague idea of what I look like. I've got a vague idea of what I'm wearing. I have a somewhat good idea of this, the sort of bridge of the ship that I was in. But all this stuff is just, it keeps evolving. I mean, we're fighting this enemy, the Vandal. I actually only saw today what they look like. I mean, I could just imagine that they were ugly,
right.
like nasty guys.
Right.
I mean, that was enough. But I actually, for the first time, saw what they look like. And this thing behind me is that's.
It's an M50 racer ship. We use that in the Murray Cup, which is kind of like a Formula One kind of race in space.
It's beautiful, and it's the first time I've seen it. So it's terribly.
You get lots of kudos with our gaming fans. They'd be very impressed. All the people who own one of those ships currently would be chuffed. Gary Oldman likes my ship.
Yeah, they're great. They're really it's something.
So what do you feel then is the future for these types of projects like this, characters through motion and performance capture?
Well, I can't speak for. I mean, I can only, from personal experience, and I can't speak for other people. I mean, from what I gather, Chris is a bit of the sort of George Lucas of this stuff, or potentially could be. And he is going for a more, a sort of emotional experience, really putting the player really putting you in the game, in a way that we don't have right now. So he's sort of pioneering it, this kind of interactive play with the game, and what he wants from it, I think, is more a cinematic experience where you have emotional connections with characters, like you would in a movie, where you root for a person in a movie, or you're familiar with a character and you get to know someone in a film. I think he wants to sort of push the game world.
That kind of basically ties into my last question for you. How is it, or how was it working with Chris Roberts?
It's been utterly charming. Yeah. I mean, it's always nice to work with a director who knows what he wants, who has a point of view, and you are more so in this situation. You're at the mercy of. You're very much at the mercy of the director, because you're asking not only what it looks like outside the window, but what am I? So this thing I'm standing in front of, this piece of cardboard with gaffer tape on it, is that's the console, and then you've got your screen here, and you've got your thing here, and you say, so this is this and that, I mean, you're blind. Mm-hmm. You're kind of
right.
Talk about running on faith. Mm-hmm. So it's been you really need your hand held through it, but when they clap the board and say action, it's much the same thing.
So when our fans go quite wild when they find out that you're in our game, we hope that you liked us enough that you might come back.
I do believe I'm coming back. So they tell me.
I think everybody had a good time, so we hope you had a good time.
Yeah, I had a good time too.
And,
it's gonna be a cracker. Yeah.
And that's it, guys.